that is most of us vibrate on a specific frequency. So usually if you can take the cells of your body and put them under electron microscope and actually have a look at them, and they actually vibrate inside. And they have a specific frequency, so it's a level of how much they resonate energy. And depending on what your frequency is and how much you're resonating will depend on what you bring back in. So in essence, like magnets, right? So in essence, you want to attract something into your life which is the opposite of where you actually are. I know this sounds quite complex and complicated, but in terms of attraction, in terms of magnetics, let's say you've got your whole body has a negative charge on it, and that's your universal charge. What you want to attract is something to complement that, right? So for example, if you want to open a lock, in order to open a lock, you need the key, right? Without the key, you can't open the lock, generally speaking. And so let's say the lock has this negative charge, the key is the positive, so it comes in to do what it needs to do. Now, the interesting thing about the key and the lock is that they also have the exact same atomic charge, if you think about it. So if you break down the key and the lock into the individual cells and atoms, they will both have the exact same charge on them in the individual atoms because they're supposed to be together. They're supposed to attract to one another. I hope that makes sense. I know it's kind of a little bit complicated to think, I'm talking about charges and magnetics and all those sorts of things. The most important thing to remember is that opposites will always attract. So masculine and feminine will always go together, generally speaking. There are always exceptions to every rule, but generally speaking, men and women tend to come together. We each have a balance of that, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're bisexual, whether, whatever the case is, we've each got a balance of masculine and feminine, which is our positive and our negative. And we're going to attract, even, let's say, for example, let's say you're gay, what you're going to do as well is you're also going to attract someone into your life who is the opposite of you in some way, shape or form. But at the same time as being the opposite of you, because you want to complement, you want to complement, at the same time they also hold the exact same anatomical charge as you. That's why they're attracted to you. Because as much as you want to get the magnetics right, you also want to be on the same frequency. So we're talking about magnetics and we're talking about frequency. Okay? So ideally, this is the idea of the law of attraction. So you want to get the opposites, so that's the magnetics, so you want to attract what you want to attract in, but what you want to attract in also needs to be on the same frequency. So for example, let's say you had two magnets. This is another example, really easy to explain this. You've got a small magnet and you've got a big magnet. Now the problem is, right, the magnets have a positive and negative pole, just both of them, small one and the big one, but that small magnet doesn't have the same vibration or the same frequency as the big one. So if you try and attract that big magnet to the small one, it's not going to work. The reason why it's not going to work is because it's not strong enough. If you want to attract the small magnet to the big magnet, no problem, but if you think about it this way, the big magnet's always going to overpower the small one because it's got a bigger vibration, a bigger frequency. So that can be compared to people in relationships where one overpowers the other. Right? We've all been in those, or some of us have, our parents, our sisters, brothers, fiancés, girlfriends, etc. And so the idea is to have a similar frequency so that nothing is so there's a balance of energy between both sides. So it's always an exchange, so it's going from one side to the other, just like a scale. And the more imbalance there is, the more, I guess, uncomfortable you'll feel, the worse your relationships will be, the less health you will have within your body, and the less happy you'll be, the more depressed you'll be at the end of the day. So we want to get the magnetics right, and we want to get the frequency right. So magnetics is easy, right? Because we know what we want to attract it in. The way to do that is to get your vibration up, to get your frequency up in the cells of your body. The way to do that, now this is the tricky bit, and this is the exciting bit as well. The way to do that is through self-development. Now I know there's other guys on this website that do lots of coaching, and that's a great avenue or tool to get into self-development. Now the more you develop yourself, the more you get into your own personal self-awareness of who you are, and where you're supposed to be in your life right now, the higher your vibration goes, the higher your frequency goes, the more you resonate. The more you resonate, the more you attract, right? In terms of the things that you want to attract. So I really wanted to share this with you. I got really inspired by it. And I know there are a lot of people like wondering what this law of attraction kind of idea is, so I really wanted to break it down so you all really had an idea. So all you need to remember, and this is, I'm going to leave you with this for today, all you need to remember is that when you want to attract something into your life, there needs to be a magnetic aspect to it. So in terms of, opposites attract. So what you want, you attract in. If you want a girlfriend, you're a male, you can attract a girl. If you're gay even and you're a male, usually, and you're very, very masculine, then what you'll do is you most probably attract a male into your life who's a little bit more feminine in some way. It's because there needs to be a balance, right? You can't have two male charges or two female charges the exact same charge because you'll repel each other. That's the law of magnetics, okay? Now, put magnetics to the side. The last thing to remember, which is the most important part of this whole thing in the law of attraction, is your frequency. The cells in your body need to resonate the exact same way as what you attract. So if I wanted to put my hand through this wall, right now it's impossible. And the reason why it's impossible is because my body doesn't resonate at the same frequency that the atoms in this wall do. So I'll never be able to put my hand through it. Maybe someday I will if I reach that level of vibration, but right now I can't. So think about this, ponder it. If you really want to work on this and lift your vibration, get your energy up and really start attracting things into your life, there are so many ways to do it. Kinesiology is usually the best way. Coaching, any type of self-development, meditation, anything like that, I urge you to get stuck into it as soon as you can. Start attracting the good things into your life, health, success, relationships, and go for gold. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it explains the law of attraction to you. If you have any questions about it and you're confused and you don't understand what I was talking about, just email me. I will do my best to explain it even better in the email. And if you have no questions, then keep watching and keep going and keep moving, keep shifting, and good luck. And I'll see you soon. Bye.